Liftoff. Hello, everybody. Welcome back in for session number 2 here at the Austrian Curling Open, the 70th anniversary edition. We are really excited to be back. We're hoping we got all of our technical issues out of the way. We think so far. We only had an hour turnaround, but hey, there's the opening bell. We're going to talk to you really quickly about what's going on, make our predictions. You can see the numbers above us. Pim won the first round. I'm going to try to get back into
yes.
it.
Pim won again the first round, and this is going to be, let's say, a trend. It's already a trend so far, but I think it's going to be a trend all out. I'm not going to say the tournament, I'm going to say the season, John, and maybe the rest of my life. Maybe even my children will pick up on the transition, who knows. But I don't want to kind of overstretch my my ambition, my self-confidence here.
I'm just going to remind you, words have meanings, and a trend, one is not a trend.
Yeah, so let's have a quick peek, because here today a lot of teams, way too many to mention here in the beautiful Austrian Alps. As you can see right behind us, we have this big window. It has been sunny all day and all night so far, so we were super lucky with the weather. But in Group A, a couple of matches have been played. Big numbers already. On top of the league, we have Curling Club Kitzbühel with Team Jensch. I always refer to the team of Daniela Jensch, because that's the person I refer to as
He's the most
the most famous one.
Jensch.
But there are more Jensches in the Jensch team, of course. But yeah, strong teams. Portage Juniors, Brunex Südtirol, like 16 and 14 stones. They just hammered their first game. They're probably already on sipping the champagne during the ceremony.
I already say, just give us the title. We've already won it. You know,
Yeah.
Why not? Let's look at that. But so yeah, we're going into Group B. You know, they're playing their first session. Lots to unpack here. We've got a couple of Belgian teams in there, a couple more Austrian, Swiss, Hungarian, and then a couple of Slovenian teams or Slovakian teams. I'm gonna
Slovenian.
get Slovenian. Okay. I'm probably going to get in trouble for that, but I'm American. I can always claim ignorance about geography. So we are going to have Team Foti against one of the Austrian teams, the Upper Austrian Sundowner. So I'm guessing they're kind of older, retired. I don't know, because usually that's what you say. A sundowner is somebody who's,
Sunsetting their
old.
career, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
So who knows? I think that's the club president and some of the guys. They were here last night quite late.
Yeah.
So when we were
Yeah.
leaving, they were still here having a couple of glasses of champagne. We're going to see how that is going to affect their play.
That was an awkward moment, because the club president came over to meet me, and then one of the girls of the Sundowners was standing next to me, and he was like, "Oh, Pim, you got married last weekend, right? So this is your wife," referring to one of the girls. Like, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm the wife. It's
You're my work wife
honeymoon
today.
this week. Yeah, I'm the work wife. It's my honeymoon. Thank you, Annemiek. All right, so might as well jump into
Friday.
The results. You can see right now we're going into session number 2. Quite a few matches have been played. It's too small for my eyes to read, but from this distance. But you guys, hopefully, can see who's done what. Pause the screen later, zoom in if you need to, but we've got 6 matches going on, 6 sheets this year, 24 teams, 8 were on the waiting list and were denied entry, so lots of teams wanting to participate this year. Really looking forward to the competition. We already had a pretty good first match.
Yeah, that was tight.
The Schops, the brother and sister, plus their friends, and Team Flugler prevailing. But it was a very good match, came down to the last stone. Really like to see that. And we're hoping we're going to have some more today. So I guess let's jump over to the predictions, since they've already started. And you can see Pim has the green. He has won. I get to go first. So I am going to go with the Hungarians. We've seen them play before. I believe they were here last year. So other than that, that's the only thing I've got to go on. So you know what? Why not? We're going to take the Hungarians. And I believe they are I don't know what color they are.
They should be their red team, I think. No, the yellow team.
Red. They are the yellow. We're going to find out.
Oh, no, they're the red team. Well,
we'll sort it out.
We'll sort it
out.
out. But you're going with the Hungarians.
Yeah, we'll go back to here.
I will counterpick you, not just to prove you are wrong once more, but because to prove I am right. Just look at it from a positive angle here. And yeah, Austria, the Austrian team, Austria has a special meaning to me. We are here in Austria. I think if I don't pick enough Austrian teams, chances are we are not invited next year. So here and there we have to make a kind of political choice. But no, that's I'm going for the president. The president putting huge amount of work to organize this tournament together with a lot of other people helping out here. They have a new board, etc. But yeah, it's for me the choice to go with Team Austria, the Sundowners. I am not a Sundowner. I am still in the early days of my career. John, however, you are looking at a more senior career, maybe at the Senior Worlds. Who knows? You played a challenge last year.
Yep.
But without further ado, that's how you say it.
Yep.
I think we can have a peek at how the teams are doing. Sundowners for me, Team Foti for Mr. Hashtag John is wrong here.
We're going to try to break the cycle. And we will try to keep you up. They've been putting the scores up on Soft Peeler, so we'll try to keep you up to date on what's going on the other sheets. I'm wearing my thinking glasses and not my seeing glasses, so being able to see the distance is a bit difficult, so we will have to follow along online. And let's try to figure out how many stones have been played. I believe this is the that is the fourth red one coming in, so we'll jump ahead. See there. No, that's not right. There we go. We're not entirely
sure.
Clean is good.
Oh. Cleanen.
The skips are wearing their mics. That's good.
Cleanen.
This one coming in, trying to get around those guards.
Vollweiß muss er. Vollweiß. Get your fist. Ja.
Trying to get this one deep. He's going to get behind the guards.
Der kann er dårlig. Der kann er
dårlig. Going to get into the shot position.
Shakespeare, Grisi.
Just in the third shot, but sitting in a good place. Let's go.
We have some intel. As always, Nina walking around here. She's doing, I think, the work of 10 people, and she still finds time to help us out. So she was saying Team Upper Austrian Sundowner is playing with Gernot. And now I have to make sure I pronounce that right. Higatzberger, and in between brackets, that's Opa.
I heard a couple of people call him Opa last night.
Yeah, so he is the Opa here on the team. He will be playing as a fourth, and he already played with Team Der Vorstadt. So he's going to have very busy weekends this weekend.
Okay. Még mindig 3 körülünk van, de jöhetne egy lassan.
This one just a bit carries a bit deep.
T-line.
All right, looking for a T-line here. Red's sitting behind T, so trying to get something up.
Ja, Linie! Fest! Ganz durch! Na, ganz durch. Gar nichts. Passt schon. Ist okay?
This one chipping off the guards. It's going to come into the house, but will be behind the T line. Comes in a shot position, has a red behind it. One's got a bit of weight on it, trying to get it around. Are they going to try to chip? Oh, there goes the starts to go and catches the guard. Actually looked faster than it really was. I thought that caught a little bit off guard there, but catches the guard and leaves something in the middle. So now Sundowner going to go for the draw in behind it.
Coming in. Has a little bit of backing, but preferably I think they would want the stone to settle down just in front of the tee line. Slightly on the heavy side here. And both teams looking for a good draw weight here so far.
Trying to find that weight. First bit of everybody's first ice time of the weekend. No practice yesterday or earlier this morning, so trying to get used to weights and lines. Expect it to come around quickly. This one looking pretty good. Should get around that guard. Nope. Hashtag John's wrong. Can see it already. They're working to sweep it, but it comes up light and it will just tap onto the red, leaving a double guard for yellow. So they're going to try to come it around behind it, keep this one above the tee line.
Yeah, and already options here for the Sundowners to not just steal, but maybe steal with a couple of points.
Opa making his way down towards it. I think I might actually be... Oh, yes, I'm actually a stone ahead. There we go. We're just getting to the skip stones.
Yeah. Oh.
I thought it was odd that he didn't throw the last stone and I'm seeing a one. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
And in between the first game and this game, there was this super nice opening ceremony. It's like the best opening ceremony for a normal curling tournament I've seen. With there was even a bagpipe player making things official. The mayor of Kitzbühel throwing the first stone to officially open the tournament. All of that.
Yep. Speeches, everything. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Tried to capture some of those moments. So they're in our Instagram stories.
This one's got good weight, but a little bit wide. Will that have a chance to get buried? Nope. Nope.
No, but still, it kind of blocks a good draw option here for Team Foti. They can still come in between.
Yeah, they can still get to the shot. They have to get down into almost touching the forefoot.
Yeah, I think they're going for maybe a little bit of a hit and roll. By the way, he sets up the broom. Not that much ice, knowing there's still quite a good amount of curl over on that side.
Definitely bring in some weight here. Is that going to get around the guard? It does. Hits the yellow and gets the roll over. Will that get into the shot position? That looks pretty good. I think we do.
Yes.
It's close. It's very close.
I said yes immediately, but I have to reconsider. Indeed, it's pretty close.
We have like our overhead camera is a little bit, is obviously not over the center line or the button. So
yeah.
The angles can be deceiving. We saw one in the first match of the day where they had to measure, but from us it looked like, oh, that's definitely yellow, and it actually turned out to be red when they measured. So visually we can't rely on our eyes. Opa's final stone here in the first end, wanting to get a good result, get behind the guards. This feels tight, though. I think this is going to crash onto the guards. Yeah, it's starting to go. Comes up a little bit light.
Yeah, it's definitely too light. I think that's the kind of root cause of this stone not being delivered where he hoped it would. Now we are looking. Was this the final stone already? So yellow, they had the hammer because they are cleaning up the stones right here.
Okay, well, I will sort that out. I'll fix that.
So that's
has the hammer. And so that was one red. So Team Foti getting the steal there in the first end. Hooray for me, I was right. Get everything else wrong, but I picked the team to take the early lead.
ooh, and do you see the scoreboard over on sheet C there?
Yeah, the big 6 over there.
Yeah, just caught my eye immediately. Like, what the hell is going on over on sheet C?
So Team Foti leading things off here.
The other sheets we just walk over them. Sheet A is let's see. I'll do that later on.
Yeah, this one trying to get it over the hog line and just dies. Unfortunate there, hogged stone.
Walking over the competitors for this round, we have sheet A, Swiss team Swiss Eisvögel against Slovenian team Oberzel. Sheet B, the Broomies against team Genner, national Austrian men's team. Sheet C is Swiss team Witzekon playing against Füssen with Cup as the skip. And obviously sheet D, the one we're streaming right now. Sheet E is Austrian team Ferguson playing against the Belgian national men's team Verreken, winners of last year's edition of the Austrian Curling Open. And eventually on sheet F we have the Slovenian team Dream Team playing against the Swiss team St. Gallen. 2 Belgian teams, a couple of Swiss teams, and a bunch of Austrian teams, obviously.
Both teams hogging their first stones. This one comes in deeper, a much nicer center guard there. Not quite onto the center line, but in play. That's an important for your lead to get stones in play, make them usable. This one making its way down. Sweeper just kind of keeping it clean, not really doing much to it. This one's going to come into the house. Settles down behind the guard, but also behind the tee line. You see the red skip saying, let's just put one right in on top of it. Get behind the guard, get sitting there right on the tee line. Redstone on its way down, looks pretty good. Definitely wide of the guard, starting to curl. Now they're going to try to sweep. That's going to be a little bit tighter to the guard than it looked, but no problems there. Making sure it gets down. Comes in on top. Actually might over curl a little bit. It does, and yellow still sitting shots.
Yeah, maybe they should have, if it was too heavy, swept it to find that kind of nose hip tap on yellow.
Yep.
That's really like looking for small details.
Yep, being a little picky, maybe. All right, so Sundowner's going to try to come around and do the same thing, get on top, stay in front of the tee line. This one seems much wider and doesn't really seem to be curling at all, so maybe there's a couple of straight patches out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one didn't really move at all. Weight was good, just not on the line, or didn't curl enough. Didn't curl at all, really. That looked fairly straight on that last bit. Looking for the hit and roll on this one. Weight is good. Line looks to be okay. A little bit of a sweep there. Not really going for a big roll here. Just a little tap and squeeze over. And unfortunately, that think rolls. No, I'm wrong. That is okay. That did work out right.
Quite a nice pace in this game.
Yeah, they'll definitely, I think, hit the 8 ends easily in this. We have an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Then the bell will ring. After that, they finish the current end, although a maximum of 8 ends to be played. So I don't know, at this pace, they might be in line for finishing early.
This one heavy.
Yeah, that one flies through the house. So options here. What are they going to try to do? Yeah, try to draw in and freeze up against that yellow. Even a little bit high wouldn't be so bad, but I think they want to try to get into that gap there.
Taking a little bit of time.
Yeah.
To,
No clock, no thinking time clock, thinking clocks. So some
just
teams
mentioned-
just like,
I said it's well paced, this and that, and then
Yeah.
they overheard us saying that, so now they're
you jinxed it.
yeah.
This one's starting to curl. Gonna make sure this one gets around the guard. That one's gonna be fine, but it is gonna curl onto and tap their own red. Pushes that back, and now the red sits out in the open.
Is there a double takeout option here for yellow right now? They can reach the stone sitting on the pin.
They could. I mean, they could come in and do something like that, but that's
They come both ways. But there is a way to kind of clear some red stones here. Not sure if that would be their preferred call, but if they want to score some extra points, could be an option to clear 2 red stones and leave 3 yellow ones in the house.
looks like they're gonna come over the middle, so probably just want to get rid of their shot one and roll, stay under cover.
Felt that was maybe a bit wide. Think it pushed it outside.
Yeah, this is wide and heavy, which at this point they'd want it to flash, because if it hits that red, it would end up taking out their own yellow. So
definitely going for that takeout option, but just gave it a little bit of a push on the release. And now the scary part for the Sundowners is Team Foti. They might just close things off, even putting an extra stone in the house, build up some pressure.
Yeah, it does look like they're tapping around. Let's leave it short. Let's put something, put something here in the front of the house, or even if it comes over in there by their yellow in the back is also okay. But ideally, leaving it up the top of the house. Ooh, interesting. We saw the 6 over on the one end on the one sheet, and then the next to it there was a blank. So different strategies being played here at the tournament.
Also on the B sheets, Team Genner scored 4 against the Broomies in their first end. Now, this is typically the case in the early stages of a Schenkel system. You can have very good teams playing against more newer teams or less experienced teams, and that will balance out over the course of the tournament. But especially in these early rounds, scores like these are not that uncommon.
That one just curls a little bit too much. May have been a little bit light and catches the guard, and now is kind of set up some protection for their red in the center. So
yeah, the option they were going for, and with the Sundowners is coming in over the middle with some weight. That option is not as easy as it was before. Oh, there is value from that stone. This released inside, already on the broom to hold the line, but look how much this curls. It's just completely gone. Is there a plan B? Can they tap off yellow and come inside again? That could be.
No, I think it just too little. Yeah. Caught too little of it, so it just slides out. And yeah, I think that one just didn't have enough weight. If that was supposed to be an up weight throw, that certainly did not have enough and was a tight release. So the Hungarians have their plan set. They're going to put up another center guard. They're going to make this much more difficult for the Austrians to get this out. One's getting over the hog line, and then I just want this setting then right there on the center line, exactly where he asked for it.
Yeah, definitely works.
Stone.
Yeah, the window is closing on the Sundowners. The sun is setting here in this second end. Now there is quite some curl. There is maybe an option to come around, and yeah, not really opting for those heavy takeouts on the third player here to just make sure things are open and they have options for the fourth to do some damage control. Red is sitting. Are they sitting 2 or 2? They're sitting 1.
Yeah, 1. And the run back, because of the positioning of that yellow stone, it's very likely that a run back on this red. Oops.
Yeah.
Let's pick the right color. A run back here onto that. If it's not dead straight, it would chip over, and then that would be going. So.
And I don't know how much it curls over on this right side to maybe catch the inside of reds and find that way to the middle. Yeah, but I don't know the amount of curl. With a decent amount of curl, with a little bit of a controlled takeout, that could be a possibility, but not opting for that.
Yeah, maybe throw that one last just in case.
Yep.
because the risk is if you're wide, then you end up taking your yellow out as well. So this one very light.
And they sweep it.
Trying to get it. Nope, that's gonna catch the guard.
This kind of helps Team Foti, of course. The wall of defense just got stronger by an extra stone.
Yeah, see, now you're looking at Foti coming in and doing their own.
Yeah, they know that option over that side is still open, so there's this one last thing, one last opening they need to seal.
Yeah, hitting this red on the outside. Chip into the red, yellow, takes it out. They'd be sitting 4 in the house. So, and with that 1 sitting there on the button, very difficult to get in there for Sundowner to score. So they're looking to maximize their score in this end. This one feeling a bit wide. They're trying to sweep it over. It starts to curl. Is it going to be enough?
It's enough, and they're sitting 3 right now. Or 2. It's very hard to see from this angle. It's definitely 2. I'm not
so
sure.
Hard to say. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't bet your house on picking that
No.
one.
Well, I think if you're the Sundowners, there's just one more thing to go, and this is a come around draw and hope you just nail your shot right here. You have a little bit of backing, but the question is, will it find enough curl to come around the guards and settle in the forefoot?
So Opa setting up for the hammer here in the second, needing a perfect stone in order to try to get one out of this. At the very least, they need to do some damage control. This one feels tight. Sweeper's going to have to work hard to get this around the guard, but it's already starting to turn, and that is going to tap on the red, but it's just not heavy enough.
No.
And I think that really had a lot to do with it. So that is 2 more for Foti.
Well, 2 or 3. I think they are still undecided.
At least 2.
At least 2, yeah. They're kicking the stones out, so they know.
They know something we don't.
Yeah, indeed. And high fives over on Sundowners, keeping the spirit up. It's never over. I mean, Team Flugler, they had a 3-point lead, and Team Recency were able to tie the scoreboards halfway the game. So worst thing you could do at this point is pretend you already have lost and then just play accordingly. No, you should make sure you don't let the opponent be at ease. I'm gonna show that one mistake and we're just right back there, biting your ankles.
So FoTeam Foti leads 3-0 as they start off the third end. Sundowner a bit of a hole here, giving up 2 steals in a row. Gonna try to have to come back and score something. At least they've got to at least get 2 in this end, so they feel like they're still in the game.
Yeah.
Still plenty of time left to get back in this match, but you really don't want to wait too long. This one coming down. It's going to get on the center line, but then it's going to continue on into the house. Just above the tee line.
Yeah, it's not the worst in the house. No. They have the score lead, so they can already kind of play aggressive.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to do with this. Are they going to play a hitting game, or are they going to try draw in on top of it? They're going to set up corner guards.
And normally, knowing they have a little bit of a... And they scored 3, that was just confirmed on the scoreboards. So, knowing they'll have to score a lot, they will need some guards to come back.
Going in for the tap. Is that enough to move it out of the house. No, not completely, but does push it out of shots position. Now for Foti, they don't mind. They can start hitting. It's with a 4-stone lead, they can start playing the scoreboard. Maybe it's a little early, but for this end, it's easy to.
Yeah,
it's an easy decision.
Yeah, 4 points is already quite a big lead to start a game. And the good thing is they know if they have to kind of make a 50-50 choice between a risky, difficult shot or a more conservative, easier shots, at this point in the game, they can just play more conservative.
Ooh, this one over curling, and it's going to take their own out. Will the shooter stay in? No, it doesn't.
No, and a big apology there. This is not quite what they want. And 2 options here, either splitting the house or put a corner guard in front of a shot stone. Opting here to split the house. And that could be an early setup to score 2 and have a little bit of hammer efficiency here in the third end. They could definitely use some extra bonus points on their hammer.
Reaper's kind of looking to jump on it right away.
Even the thrower coming in to help out.
A bit on the lighter side. They just want to make sure at least it bites the house. This one looking pretty good. It's going to get down there. Yeah, that gets in there. No worries. What are you talking about? That was fine all the way.
Excellent.
Now, there is a double there.
Yeah. Ooh, an interesting scoring update. Team Kenner, they scored 4 in the first end, but then the Broomies scored 3 in the second. So.
Oh. Good for the Broomies.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Belgian team pulling for them a little bit. We do like the Kenner boys. They're really nice guys, but we are friends with all of the Broomies. Roomies also containing my mixed doubles partner, so want to see her. This is her first international tournament,
yeah,
so
true. Immediately playing against a national team that just qualified for the Worlds.
Yep. So a very tough competition straight out of the gate.
Yeah.
The only thing, the good thing they could probably say is that they didn't have to play the 9 a.m. session, so they had a chance to wake up and get ready, get your day going instead of having an early start. Going for the hit here, possibly roll back underneath theirs, but I think they want to keep some separation.
Yeah.
Nose hit's probably fine. Yeah, that's going to be pretty on the nose. Slight rollover there, but I think that's still a decent amount of separation. It's pretty flat.
Yeah, objective number 1 is get rid out, and preferably with enough separation so you don't leave a double. And with this kind of iteration, takeout after takeout, they can score 2, maybe.
Big hit on this one.
Going for a double. Gets the 1.
Yep, that's going to be wide, so they'll get the 1. Shooter will roll out.
Yeah.
Now you've got that red back there. Would that hold it in? No, it does not.
That would be a very unfortunate side effect, jamming on the red one and sticking in. And yeah, I think they're going for a split house again. That's a great way to keep control of the house. Not guarding your stone, because a guard is something your opponent might eventually use if things goes wrong, but just put stones wide open in the house.
This one needs to curl more. It's still pretty tight to that center line. There it starts to go, but you got to make sure it gets some separation.
Yeah. Even somewhere in the back of the house in front of that redstone could be nice, because then that redstone is still annoying if you have to try and take it out.
Yep. So it looks like that's what it is. Give it a little space. Now it's hard to see. No, the red's far enough out, so that's not so much of a bonus there. It's not really helping.
Yeah, looking at angles to potentially go for this double deck out. That's definitely the call for sure.
one looking online, I think it's going to curl just a little too much to get the double that they wanted, but does get rid of one.
Yeah.
And shooter sits. It's going to be close to being shot position. Harder to say.
Doesn't really matter if it's shot or not. It's a wide open takeout. The hit and stay is the call.
Coming in, gets the hit and keeps in the house, so they've got now two.
Yep.
Much better separation.
Another 4 in curlets. Sundowners pretty much in control of this second end.
Yeah, they've got a nice setup here. Still an angle, but it's all the way across the house. So I think Foti looking to they're setting up just to get rid of this one, maybe roll somewhere else. Drag the shooter stone over closer to that yellow in the backs to try to cut down the angle, cut down the distance.
Just notice the broomies. They are playing with 3 broomies, but Johanna was a broomie last year in the Belgian Curling League. She is also playing with the broomies today in this early session against Genner.
Johanna is?
No, yeah, I just spotted her on the ice.
Oh, okay. I know that they're tomorrow getting a replacement player to help out on with the rest of the tournament. Was not available today, but someone from one of the Austrian clubs is going to be joining them. Unfortunately, Annemiek couldn't come, and neither could Tess they could not make the trip down from Belgium. But I find that a lot of spiels, you can always tell the organizers, hey, we need somebody, and they can usually help out.
And some tournaments, even the tournament organizer.
Yep. It gets rid of the red. Yellow sits there, top of the house. That is biting.
Yeah.
So
and that is a good result here for red so far. All of the takeouts, I mean, just one more takeout, and they could eventually avoid yellow from scoring too much. I think.
Going to play this one out to try to get the one that's deeper in. This one, though, over curling, and he misses.
Yeah, and this is
that's a
big
huge mistake for Foti. Sundowner now having an opportunity to get 3 into the house.
Yeah.
They have that yellow sitting at the top, biting halfway. That's as guard that hip. And the Foti with only 1 stone left to do something. It would be a very damaging stone, very damaging miss there.
Yeah. Yes, this ends going to be the break for the Sundowners to make their comeback. Even 2 or 3, that's just reducing that gap a little bit. But at this point, 3 is definitely a possibility.
You never know if they get this one in, another flash stone, that could be 4. There could be the possibility of scoring and tying things up.
Yeah, especially if for some reason Team Foti would feel some pressure over this end, giving up some points.
This one getting around. Is it too deep? Oh, that is going to just stay biting in the back of the house. So,
Not the worst is biting.
nope, yeah, still counts.
Yeah, I prefer to bite in the back than to kind of sit behind T line in front of their guard, because all of a sudden that could give a good option for your opponent to freeze up against. And
Yep.
now with the stone sitting in the back of the house, it's not a stone Team Foti can actually use, but it can come into play in terms of points.
So they're going to try this draw, get it around behind the guard, get it buried, force Sundowner to draw for one. Oh no, going for the hit. And the shooter rolls out though, so
that was unfortunate.
that's going to leave an open draw for 3. The hardest shot in curling.
OP is going to pull it off. I feel it.
Opa,
yeah. I feel it in my toes, but then again, I can't feel my toes.
No, it is a bit chilly up here. So this year we brought more clothes to wear, and we're still cold. So next year we're going to bring in some wood. We're going to start a campfire in the booth. Hope the hockey team doesn't mind, but maybe tomorrow I'm going to wear like 2 or 3 pairs of socks.
Oh yeah.
So final stone here in end number 3. Open draw for 3. Weight looks okay. They're gonna make sure, or it's good enough to get to the house. Is it too much?
Is it too light? Sweepers are on it. A biter is enough, but is it a biter?
That
it
is
in
more than enough. And there it is.
Oh, even better.
Easily to the button, or to the forefoot, excuse me. So that is 3 for Sundowner. So they are back in the match.
Yeah.
It was a
new dawn.
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. Get some Michael Bublé going on in here. That's like the only song I know of his. And that's the only part of the only song. But that was like a big viral video that drew some kid out from the audience and to sing, and he just knocked it out of the park. And it was that song. All right, Sundowner getting back in it, scoring 3 there in the third, so they will lead things off here in end number 4. Foti still with the 4-3 lead, and we'll have the hammer, so they're going to try to get some of that margin back.
It's always nice if you give up 3 to immediately score 3 again. It's like, whew, that was our mistakes from last end are neutralized, where we can just pick up where we left.
Yep. Lifts the spirits, gets you back into the game. Hopefully, like, rights all the wrongs that you've done.
Yeah.
This one looking pretty good. Trying to get it to settle down on the center line. Nope, just keeps carrying. And comes off over into the house. Going for the hit.
Nice low sliding here, well controlled.
Look at her following that stone all the way down, creeping towards the other hog line, and nails it right on the nose. A little bit of a drift outside, a little bit of a roll outside. Great shot. I think with how far she slid down the ice, it kind of tells you how fast the ice is.
Yeah,
it just really, really carries. This one needs to curl over. I feel like it's a little bit wide. And that is going to flash on by.
Now an opportunity here for Foti to split the house and kind of give their opponents a taste of their own medicine here.
I was just about to use that exact expression.
Really?
Yep. But I mean, this is pretty textbook. This is what you do when there's a flash or a miss. You got stuff in the house. You decide, let's bring it in. I don't know that they would want necessarily a guard over that one on the side.
Feels heavy.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Yep, goes right through. So you don't, that's something you don't want to do. You don't want to give them the break right back.
Yeah, I mean, from a tactical point of view, all of a sudden you were given a huge tactical advantage to take the whole initiative in the game, and then it's immediately reversed back. And another opportunity here for the Sundowners to get rid of the redstone.
This one looking much better. Still needs to curl a little bit though. There it goes. That will catch onto the corner and slide over towards the middle.
Yeah, great stone. Nice hidden stay. Settling on the center line there in the 4 foot.
You can see Team Genner put up 2 in the third, so they lead Broomies 6-3 over there in the fourth. That's the only one I know who's playing by heart. So
Oh yeah.
because I think even if I had the binoculars, seeing the names, some of the names are printed quite small. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, on She Day we have Swiss team Swiss Eisvogel playing against team Ömerzel. Ömerzel leading that game 3-1. Genner 6-3 against the Broomies. And Fussen playing extremely strong. Team with the 6-ender. They are now leading
catches the
8-0.
shot, but just sneaks it out. Ooh, is there a little Swedish curl coming back? Nope, not enough to get it into the house. That was fortunate that they caught enough. That was a little bit wide on that takeout. And I just realized I can pull up soft peeler on my laptop and check that as well. That's easier to read.
That's definitely easier indeed.
Sweeper's laying off this one. Right when it gets about to the black line there, it starts to curl over. Trying to get this over to the center line. Stays. Just carries into the house. It is on the center line, but not that the 5 rock rule's already done, so yeah, the takeouts are coming no matter what. Still would have liked this one in the front because I think that Foti might have left it or done something with it, but
Yeah, the good thing with a stone in the front like that is with a hidden stay, it's harder to make sure the stay is actually in the house.
this one coming down looks pretty nice. Gonna hit right on the nose, little slide over to the side, but
Well executed.
yep. Yeah, now you're getting to the point where if you hit it, will the next shot be in? I mean, this is.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's well inside. Okay. Oh no, sorry, the stone's in, but hard to say if there's any gap over. But it looks like they're trying to hit. So
Yeah, it makes sense. I think with a clean nose hit, you still have a center guard you can use if you want to steal later on. So leaving a center guard as the non-hammer team is a valuable outcome.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess you do want to also get rid of any red stones in there and not let them build something up because you're trying to build something up. You're just trying to prevent a big end by the hammer team.
Needs a little bit of curl.
It's the curl. I think it's going to be all right. It's going to catch it, but will it be enough to move it far enough. Will it jam on the back? The shooter does
Unfortunately.
not. And
Oh, just didn't curl enough, so now red stays in. They don't really have that guard in place. So, splitting the house is the call here.
yeah, and you've got those two yellows back there that could hold a stone in the house if they they want to keep this one above the tee line, but if it draws a little bit too heavy,
Yeah.
then they've got backing. See, Team Vareken leads Ferguson 3-0 in the fourth end. We've got a 3-3 match in the fourth on sheet F between Dream Team from Slovenia, I hope, against Swiss team St. Gallen. Gonna have some nice separation on this one. It's going to carry right around to the tee, maybe a little bit past. But
this is exactly what they want. Just
yep.
Placing it there.
Yep. Totally flat, so no possibility for a double there.
Yep.
Just need to get rid of one, and opting to take this one out because I don't want it having anything like behind it to kind of hold it in the house.
This one is curling really hard. They have to sweep to hold the line. They really need this red to go. Oh.
No, it's going to over curl and just basically replaces the backing there. So,
and 2 missed takeouts here. That's a pretty costly mistake here for Sundowners.
Yeah, I don't think that would really quite have the weight that they needed on it to hold the line, and Sweeper's just unable to keep it there. Options for Foti to try to draw it in on top of it. Feels a bit tight. No, looks okay. Looks okay. Forgot they were going quite wide with this one. Now trying to sweep to make sure it gets down in there. Gets in there, biting the house. Should be third shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
At what point, as Sundowners, should you consider maybe try and freeze up against that red shot stone on the sides? Because one good freeze up against that, just biting the 8-foot kind of takes away the 2 other red stones biting the 12-foot there. And a takeout is harder to pull off, so kind of putting something slightly in front of it could be a nice damage control option. And maybe if you're insecure about missing takeouts, and two extra missed takeouts, and all of a sudden it's GG. So maybe just having a stone in there, even if it's not perfectly placed, you're forcing your opponent to take it out, and things can happen.
Yeah, it looks like that's what Oppo was looking at, putting his broom down, saying in the way they're setting up, I think they are looking for some kind of draw freeze up against. And I think even if it's a little bit over curled, that it still take away 2 of the reds and still be kind of protected. So
that's the kind of the main job for this stone, is putting it in a spot where it's harder to take out and neutralizing those 2 extra red stones.
He does need to have the weight. We saw him leave a couple of draws light already in this match, so he's got to find the right weight. This one, sweeper's going straight after it, so they're not quite happy with it. Maybe just a little bit of a cleaning.
Yeah, make sure also watch the line. That kind of inside out curls a whole lot.
Keeping it clean. Line
Looks,
seems to be pretty good.
yeah, with some good communication, they could really deliver it where they wanted it.
Gets a tap and rolls
Yeah.
back.
So this is exactly what they were hoping for. First of all, now it's the shot stone, and second of all, it's in a super annoying position if Team Foti wants to try and take it out. So this is just perfect here.
Yeah.
Even a little bit softer, more of a freeze would have been if you're talking about perfect, more perfect. But I think they could be very happy with this one.
You can see the way he's lining up. They're going to want to hit this really on the edge to kind of shoot it out over their own red.
And any kind of mistake out here, and Sundowners can put the guard on 4-1.
Curling a little bit too much. I think it might be too far the
Looks good.
nose. And does take out their own red, but they've already got two others. The shooter stays in play, so that's pretty good. Good result there, sitting with 4.
Yeah, now same kind of situation, putting something in front of the redstone there and the 8 foot, and then hope your opponent makes a mistake taking it out.
Yeah, this needs to be a freeze. That's the only way they could prevent, I think, multiple points from being scored right now. Is it has to be frozen up against that red one. It's like and right in the front in front of it. There's no way. Nothing else will do, I think.
Nope.
Because I think Foti would be perfectly happy to sacrifice one of their reds to score 3.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and again, very good takeout of Foti with their 7 stone. Was an important one.
Yep. Sweeper's going for the clean. It's starting to rush a little bit more.
Needs to find
I think
the curl.
The line is pretty good.
You need to keep sweeping it. Feels light. Is it getting close enough? Just sweep it enough so it's in front of red. It's not going to be freeze.
Not frozen. It is shot. There is the behind.
Yeah, I think there's enough space to really go for that takeout. And
Yeah.
Normally, this should not be a problem. It comes down to communication. All they want to do is avoid the no-set takeout, but anything else is just giving them a big result here in this 4th end.
Big weight here just to make sure they stay on the line. It feels tight. Is that going to over curl? No, I think the sweepers have got this one.
That's fine. Shooter will spill, so they don't care that much about the shooter and scoring 3. And now it's your turn to say the taste of your own medicine.
They figure the 3s are a lucky number. They're like, maybe there's too many in the scoreboard box, so they're just saying, well, we're going to use all of those because that's what we need. So a series of 3s on the scoreboards from each team leaves us with FoTeam Foti leading 7-3 over the Upper Austrian Sundowner heading into the 5th end. So far, seeing despite the score, I think we're seeing like similar levels of play, teams making mistakes, but getting their shots, and now just one team needs to put together a good full end. Sundowner needing to repeat with 3. We have roughly 45 minutes left in the match, or a maximum of 8 ends. So This one comes into the house. Let's see what Opa calls for. Is he going to look for the hit? Still kind of maybe draw on top. They're definitely looking for a draw.
Curling Club Fussen with Team Cup, they're really kind of exploiting the whole Schenkel bonus system, scoring another end, adding a 2 on top of their score.
Comes in, taps red, and settles down on the button.
I think 7-3 at this point, you just want to make sure you do not allow your opponent to come back in this game anymore. You learned the lesson in the third end. You don't want to make a second mistake of allowing them to score 3 or 4.
Foti's lead, staying with that long, low slide out all the way down, making sure the stone gets to where it needs to, and it does. Yellow is out of the house. Shooter rolls away, but Foti's still sitting with one in the house behind the tee line. Trying for a freeze here on this red, maybe even a tap back. Would be a little early, I think, for a freeze, but not necessarily a bad decision. That's a pretty good stone right there, right on the nose. Comes in right over the top. Yeah, that's a fantastic position right there. Oh, Team Genner followed up the 2 with a steal of 4. Broomies are trailing and struggling at the moment.
Steal of 4, that's a big one.
That, of course, is over on sheet B. We have Slovenian team Omer Zale leading 3-1 over the Swiss Eisvogels on sheet A. Trying to get this one to curl over. I think it's a bit on the wide side. Gonna catch maybe a little bit, but not enough to really move it. Yeah, just a slight deflection. Shooter goes out, but that Yellowstone stays sitting right in front of that red. Fairly well locked in place. Some other scores. Team Fussen Cup, they lead 10-0 over CC Wetzikon from Switzerland, and they are in the 5th end as well. That is on sheet C. Team Sundowner trying to play a split house.
Yeah, that's cool.
Feels on the heavy side, though. Trying to sweep behind it. Unfortunately, physics does not work like that. And that, with some help, will get into the back of the 12-foot. On sheet E, Team Veraken leads Team Ferguson 4-0 in the 5th end. And on sheet F, in the fifth end, Sint-Gallen leads 4-0 over Slovenian Dream Team. Absolutely no rush whatsoever here from Team Foti. Trying to unlock that yellow, or at least even freeze up against it, would be a ideal, pretty good stone there. This one coming down. Gets to the nose, unlocks it a little bit, so we've got some separation there. And they're frozen in as well. Some hand signals going there. I've never seen the crossed arm signal, so usually I don't know what that means. It usually means like stop the clock, but can't do that. Time marches on. Sitting a bit high and over curled a little bit, so still leaves that yellow in the back exposed.
Yeah, interesting to see what Team Foti will do right now.
Yeah, I mean, even a nose tap here on their own red would get rid of the yellow, and then you'd have the two reds frozen together. That would be a solid outcome. Looking at possibly hitting. Or am I wrong? Is that a yellow on top of the red? No, that's red on top of the yellow. Okay, it's just the reflection.
Yeah, so this tournament, it's celebrating the 70th anniversary of Curling Club Kitzbühel, and I was downstairs this morning and walked through the little museum they set up here at the entrance. So it's quite nice to see like pictures from like 1955.
Yeah.
All that's like black and white, people with corn brooms. If you'd look up curling in Wikipedia and kind of find how did it all started, well, this kind of stuff started out here as well in Austria.
Yeah, I really liked seeing like the old trophies they had too.
Yeah.
Those were really like winning a tournament. You got a nice solid silver trophy. It was pretty nice. Really nice designs as well. This one coming down, trying to get it over onto the nose. That is a solid position there.
Yeah, what's the situation in the house right now? Let's have a quick peek. And red is setting first shot, but I think yellow is setting second. So, but yellow can get removed quite easily there.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I see a nose hit here, or maybe even slightly inside, would send it. This would go away. This would come back and jam here, and then this one can go. So it's maybe those reds are tight, but because of that split, it's not as secure as it looked.
Now keep in mind that Sundowners had a couple of misses on their takeouts in the previous end. Hope that thought isn't haunting them.
Sweepers going on it. They feel like something, the line feels a little bit like it's tight. Not a heavy stone here, so he's going to catch the red a little bit on the inside part of the nose, gets rid of it, and now the yellow shooter parks on top of that line over there. So we've got this train of stones.
Yeah, and the way the angles are stacked, yellow is sitting quite okay. Red will just go out to the side if you would throw some weight in this. Yellow has an extra stone in there, so looks pretty okayish for yellow.
Yeah, there's some discussion going on. Got their work cut out for them. This is not a straightforward decision. But you have to wonder, you're up by 4. There's probably 3 ends left after this. Maybe go ahead and just try to get rid of some yellows. Force to 1. Try to find a way to force to 1.
Yeah, just indeed work your way towards winning the game. Just make sure you don't allow yellow to have options to score 2.
Not looking for a takeout, just looking for a draw weight in there. Try to tuck another one in between the yellows there, which I don't hate either. Why make it easier for Sundowner by cleaning things up? Make them make that decision whether they're going to move things around. As it is now, even if Sundowner is shot, they don't have a whole lot or an easy way to score multiples. So because of that red tucked in there, so let's make it worse. Make it more crowded over there. Nice weight on this one. Line looks pretty decent as well. Super's wanting to make sure this one gets back. Holding the line and squeeze it around the yellow, taps their own red.
Oh, nice.
Sits out in the open, but
Great way to kind of catch the side of the yellow one. Now red is sitting shot here, but yellow still have options to do this kind of small tap and roll to the side.
Well, technically they tapped their own red, but they've moved it in a way that now that the yellow going back onto red catches their own red yellow, and then the red sits in there. So they're not going to play a takeout there. I think that was a perfectly executed stone. Exactly what they needed. It does give yellow something to chase, but they're likely not going to be able to bury this one anywhere. Definitely not a lot of weight on this stone. Want to get it over. Ooh, this one's curling a lot. Is it too light? Yeah, that feels like that's going to get on top. Yeah, it doesn't get onto where they need it, and so left this one light. And so now, yeah, Foti just going to cover it up. And they're sitting 2 right now. So Foti is so just protect it. Just say, hey, well, thank you for that, and try to extend their lead. Just wanting a nice high guard here, something above the top of the house. This is looking pretty good. Gets over the hog. Ooh, that might over curl though. That's going to leave it open. Yeah.
Yeah, and draw is still in there for yellow if they can just have a second attempt here.
Team Sundowner looking for a hit. I don't know if that's like the best option. I think possibly, a hit and roll into here would leave them some cover, leave them in shot, but not necessarily put them in the driver's seat at the end because they would be behind the tee line. Would leave them something for Foti to draw in, and then leave Sundowner only drawing for one. And that red that's in the middle of that chain of stones, that's sitting second shot right now.
Yeah. And that's unreachable.
Yep. So it's already going to be difficult for Sundowner to score multiple. So this one needs to be good. Then they'd still have a possibility of coming around with something like this to chip this one onto that and then to get into a second. But you've got to get this one into a good spot first.
Yep.
This one is
Heavy and wide, I think.
heavy. Yeah, is that going to curl over? No. Oh, that's a shame. That sets up Foti for a big steal here.
Yeah, we were talking about a new dawn, but the sun is almost disappeared behind the horizon now.
Just an easy call for a guard. Just keeping it clean in front. Basically anything over the hog line on that left side of the center line is going to be okay. That's carrying down over, and that is a much better stone. Now, there is still the draw. Ooh, it did carry over a little bit. So there is still a possibility to draw it on top of that red and score one at least.
Yeah, obviously it's wide open. The 4-foot is wide open, so that's a draw for one here.
Yeah, and for Foti, not a disaster. That's really what they're playing for now, is let them take one, get the hammer back, and score some more. You'll be up by 3 going into the next end. And if Sundowner misses this, if he leaves it short or is too heavy, then Foti scores another 2. Here we go. Final stone of this 5th end.
I think this might be light. By the way, it curls a lot right now.
Did the sweepers wait too long to get onto it?
Oh yeah, it overcurls. It's and also way too light.
Yep. Unfortunately, comes up light. That is going to tap it, and they are going to look at this, and I believe it's going to be 2 for red.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to call the GG too soon, but I think having left this open draw here and allowing your opponent to score 2 on top of their 7 kind of closes the door on this game for the Sundowners.
Yeah, 25 minutes, so they could possibly get to an 8th end, depending on how. Yeah, no, I think they might only see 6 and 7. They might not have enough time, depending on how long the teams take to play some of their shots.
Yep.
But I think if Sundowner starts getting close, I think Foti will start taking their time and really paying attention to what they need to do. But here, as we start the 6th end, FoTeam Foti leads 9-3 over Sundowner. The Austrians, unfortunately, leaving a stone light and giving up a steal of 2 in the last end. Foti saying, let's just come into the house. No need to put any guards up.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that one settles in nicely right there, top of the button, a little bit off the edge of the center line. Sundowner needing to decide what they're going to do. Maybe they put up something on top of it.
This has some weight. Although, no, that's not the case.
This one curling quite a lot.
Going for the corner guards.
Oh, well placed. Is that going to be right down there? Good spot for the corner guard. Yeah, now you're down. It's like you have to start setting up guards. You have to try to get something going. Foti can just start sticking rocks in the house and daring you to try something. This one going to cover up that stone in the house. Curl over the other side of the center line and sit there, and that's a nice cover guard.
Yeah, beautiful play here from the lead for Team Foti.
Sundowner looking to now use that red guard to put something in on top of the shot stone. Try to go after it later. Sweepers indicating this one is heavy. Yeah, this one is. This one's sitting right outside. Not going to have enough time to move over, and that it will just sail right on through. Yeah, that was hack weight, probably even bumper weight, to be honest. I definitely wore the wrong socks. My feet are getting cold. I'll definitely be bringing several pairs of socks tomorrow.
A sleeping bag. I think last year I thought of bringing a sleeping bag so you can kind of curl in, become this kind of warm sausage. Maybe something to still remind myself of.
This one a little bit lighter than they wanted. Still taps off the other guard, but that's okay. But that still allows Sundowner to try to get behind. There's still space. With the right weight, this will curl over and get behind those guards.
Yeah, and if you're the Swiss team Wetzikon playing with the Yellowstones on sheet C, you're probably kind of dreaming of some hot coffee or a soup.
I am. This will be around the guard, but I think wide, so it's not going to get over to where they want. And I feel like it's going to be a touch on the heavy side. So, yep, goes through across the tee line into the back at the 8-foot. Just not really able to find that line and weight over on that side. Foti going to try again, get in another stone behind those guards. Cup with another steal of 2. Now they lead 12-0 over Wetzikon on sheet C. After seeing teams put up scores, 16, scoring 16 in the first session, definitely their teams are capable of putting up big points.
And here, I think maybe a minor mistake here from Team Foti, because all of a sudden their shot stone is reachable, and with some weight, you could pull off a double takeout here.
Yeah, that's a very close double, so gotta make sure you keep it on the outer edge of the nose, but it's going to have enough weight. No, I don't think it's got enough weight. It's going to curl over and just sneaks by the guard, but it's going to get on the nose of the red, which will then run back onto the yellow and stay in. So, yeah, just not enough weight to hold that line. Foti being forced to kind of put a guard over the top of that yellow so they can't take it out or can't run it back onto the shot stone. Yeah, still sitting the 2 for Foti, so no reason to try to do anything with that yellow other than try to take it out of play. This one gonna over curl though, gonna end up on the center line, taps the red over. Oof. So
yeah. They were hoping to kind of sweep it just to find a tap and roll back outside again to guard up the yellow one. I think now Sundowners might try and use their own yellow and run it back on the red shot stone.
yeah, hack weight would be all right. I think that would be enough to plenty of room. It's just a matter, okay, got to get the line, got to get the weight. I mean, just the simple things, right?
Yeah. Oh, the basics, the basics that everybody basically masters at the early levels of curling. Taking a little bit of time to kind of deliver the stone.
It's an important one. You got to make sure they get the line right, get the weight. Got to feel confident, like you know what you're doing and what you need to do. Weight looks good, at least from way up here. Should clear the guards. Sweepers are staying off it. Skip seems to like it. Is that going to have the right line? I think it's got good contact, and there it goes.
I like this one. Yeah, too bad yellow one tapped back and rolled a bit to the left. Still reachable that way, but in general was well executed.
Yeah,
took care of that threat of leaving that redstone out there.
Foti with their own option of pretty much throwing the same stone, a little bit of hack weight, get at the shot stone, roll over underneath that yellow guard. One also looking pretty good. Sweepers holding it just to try to make sure it gets around, and they don't want to necessarily nose it. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Right there, rolls underneath. Oh, actually slides out a little bit too far. But will Sundowner go for it? Nope, I think they're going to try to draw in the middle. Yep, we see Opa putting the broom down. Use those guards in the middle.
Yeah. If you don't use them, the team trying to steal against you is probably winning.
Probably will, yeah.
You can always take care of the other redstones. They are exposed. They're not super dangerous at this point.
Line looks okay. Sweeper staying off it. Got to make sure it's not too heavy. Although, if
Feels
that's,
okay to me.
Yep, there it goes. Starts the curl. Oh, that looks really good. Want to get that as deep as they can. Tape it above the tee.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
excellent stone there. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah. Such a nice feeling. If you deliver that stone, you kind of see it settle down so gently behind the guards. Such a rewarding feeling.
Yep. Gonna play away this yellow on the top. Try to maybe leave something that they can use the red to angle arrays take out. Possibly even a hit and roll. Is there a double there? No. This is gonna be just inside the nose. Oh no, catches on that red. Takes both of their reds out, and the yellow sits in the house.
Is
so
yellow now second shots?
yellow is
yes.
first and second. That was a disaster for Foti.
I think if you're yellow, the only danger here is you can promote red onto yellow, so just block off that option and see if you can kind of squeeze in over on the right side for a third point later on. But at this point, just make sure you kind of take away the option for red to raise their redstone here.
Yeah, so they're gonna try to set up a guard right about there.
Yeah, and then see if they have an option to come around the other side and score thirds with a last stone. But so far, things could look, well, better for Sundowner.
Yeah, it's
still
not
a long way.
It's still, they're still 6 down, but hey, getting 3 back would be great for them.
Yeah.
Critical guard here from Opa. As he is affectionately known as.
Yeah, it's all about the line. It doesn't really matter how deep. It cannot overcurl. That's the only thing they want to try and avoid. I'll just leave it there.
That's really good. Ooh.
Yeah, I was kind of
trickling.
I was scared, like, why are they sweeping? You can only kind of extend the curl. That's something you don't really want that much. So maybe better off staying off the broom for that one.
Yeah, so it's covering the red, but still it curls enough that a slightly heavy draw will get there and move the yellow away. Big stone here for Foti. Feels wide though.
Yeah, this is going nowhere. Unless it finds a big dip, but I don't think it will.
Too much weight on that. That's going to slide out the back.
Yeah, they might as well sweep it a bit deeper if there is a potential threat of a hit and roll, but that's not the case. And now let's see if Opa can find a way to squeeze in a third one. I think the less risky option is coming over the right side. It's a narrow gap though.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to...
The other side is also possible. They have the backing.
Yeah.
It's what they feel most comfortable with.
Yeah, it's coming like that. I think there's
that
coming wide enough.
I don't think you can do anything wrong with that one. So Opa, I'm saying Opie. Opa, just
we're starting to lose our wits. We're freezing up here. It's
and even if you lose the game, or if this is not bringing you any closer to a win, it's still a Schenkel system. Points matter, ends matter. So that extra point, God knows if it helps you win a tiebreaker with another team once the groups get merged.
Yeah, every end, every point matters. So you've gotta play for it and try to stay in. If they could, if they score 3 here, who knows what could happen in the 7th end. Looks pretty good. Just need definitely wide of that red. Got to make sure it gets down into the scoring position. And that one is
Excellent.
Really
It's
good. Oh,
3
they've already kicked
yellow.
it away before we could get to the overhead. So
3
making
yellow.
a game of it.
Yeah.
Sundowner needing us with only 10 minutes left on the clock. This will be the last end number 7. So they're going to need to steal 3 to tie it up, 4 to win. And you never know. We've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah. I mean, we have seen a lot of big enders here on the scoreboard. A 6, a couple of 4s. Anything is possible. After this ends, also Group B will have its first set of winners and losers, and people will have a first glance like, where are we in this Schenkel system? Are we a team that will start to climb the ladder all the way from the bottom, or are we going to be one of those teams that will stick around on the top?
Yep. Remains to be seen. So Team Sundowner leading it off. Gonna see them double center guard if possible. This one just kind of drifting though, keeps going. Gets off the center line, and does that stop before it bites the house? I think that is, yes, that is before the house.
Yeah, I think so too.
Possibly, maybe.
Potentially.
If it was in the house, I think that Foti would go for it, would take it out. I think they would have hit it. So now they're trying to draw in behind it. This one's staying wide though. Settle in just on the top of the forefoot, just above the forefoot. But that gives Sundowner an opportunity. Do they go for the hit and roll to get underneath theirs? Do they hit and roll out to the other side? Super's keeping an eye on this. Even a nose hit's not terrible here. It's starting to curl over. Apparently not even going for the hit. A touch light, freezes up against the guard. That get into the house. Didn't push anything into the house, I don't believe. Trying to get this one to curl over. Going to use those double guards for themselves. That is swept nicely around. Great stone there. That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Great effort there from the sweepers, the whole team delivering the stone nicely, settling behind those guards, claiming the spots Sundowners were trying to conquer.
Sweepers on it right away. Want to make sure they hold it. Want to get rid of this red and then roll underneath if they can. Possibly even get a double. And did that get the double? It did. Great stone there. That's fantastic. It's going to help them out a lot. Unfortunately, shooter rolls out from behind those guards. What are they going to do with this one? Looks like they're going to go for the draw in behind instead of the hit and roll. That was a great double there, getting it. I didn't think that they were really going to have enough pace on it to get both stones out, but great job.
We're gonna hear the bell in a couple of minutes.
I see 5 minutes remaining according to the clock that they're using inside the hall, which is 2 minutes ahead of the real time, the rest of the world. This one coming up light, and that is going to tap onto those yellows and actually kind of set up a guard over the yellow that was sitting in the house. So
There's a second yellow one now tapped in into the house.
it is, yep.
Yeah.
So what does Team Sundowner do? I think they're going to try to come around behind. You got to put more in. Use the guards you've got available at the front.
Yep. Yeah, feels like your opponent isn't always playing like let's get rid of the guards, let's keep things open. They allow guards to sit there, so you might as well use them instead of trying to go for a double guard or triple guard.
It's going to over curl and tap, but it taps another yellow one into the house. As you can see, 3 yellows sitting there.
Yep.
Well, you can see 2, unless you have X-ray vision, which I don't think would work on television. So
Nope.
you'd just be looking, or your computer, you'd just be looking through the screen instead of looking through the people on the screen. So I don't even think Superman could see that. If you could see the dance party that's going on in the booth right now as we're trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to this next break. Try to go down. The pizza place next door is open. I'm just going to stand in their front door and take bask in the heat coming from the pizza oven.
I think I'm gonna jump in their oven.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Christoph saying, hey, in our game, we also did kind of slow takeouts. They work really well since the ice is fast. Yeah, we've noticed that. You don't need to put a huge amount of weight on these takeouts, but you do have to be careful that they don't curl so much. But you guys put up 16 points in that first session, so very strong performance to start the day, to start the tournament.
Yeah, nobody actually sees what we're doing here, but we just jump around, try and stay warm, try and keep spirits up here.
Spirits are up. The mind is willing, the body is weak, is the expression. It's spending a lot of time.
Yeah.
I don't know how we have more clothes on than we wore last year, and it seems that we're colder.
I think it's just colder in general. Last year it was just also warm outside.
This is going to get rid of one of those yellows, but the shooter rolls away. And honestly, with Foti having the hammer, they just need to make sure that they can keep things clean, and that they can get anything they can get out of there, so that they can leave the 4 foot open for a single point, or at least to try to outscore Sundowner. You know what also might be is we didn't eat breakfast this morning.
Oh yeah, that's true. We don't have the calories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesterday I had this lovely Apfelstrudel mit Sahne that kept me going.
I can't remember the name of the thing that I ate. It was very filling, and then also the chocolate filled croissant was also filling. This one coming in, gonna squeeze between, but will that settle down and curl over? Looks all right. And carries past the tee, but Still in the house, still
Yep.
in the scoring position.
Something I really like when I am in Austria during the winter is in ski holidays you have these Jaeger funnels,
Yep.
little
The Jaeger
a little pan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
sit-
so if oh, there's the bell. So this is definitely the last end. Every match will finish up this one.
Yep.
I see a couple of matches in the 8th end, which is the end cap anyway. No more than 8 ends are played.
Nope.
Here we will see 7, and I think we're going to see like a majority of matches in this tournament be around 7. Although you do have like Team Varaken and Genner used to playing with the time clock that they tend to play faster.
Yeah, I think with the 110 minutes, that's a good amount of time. If you play like at ease, you have 7 ends. If you keep a pace, you get this extra 8 ends. You're not in true trouble not reaching those 2 numbers.
Playing off the angle gets rid of 1. Another one shoots over in there. Shooter is gone. But that is 1 less point for Sundowner. They're going to have to throw up a guard to protect that center line. I'm now clenching my jaw when I'm not talking in order to prevent my teeth from shaking.
Oh, really?
That's not good. I just noticed it. It's like, why am I doing that? It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it also feels like this is a bit of a slow end. A lot of thinking happening here.
Sundowner needs to make sure that everything is in order. You know, they can try to score to tie it up or even possibly win. So they're going to take their time making sure they play the right strategy. Foti has been they've taken control. Like Sundowner kind of has control of the end. So Foti has to be careful about what they do as well.
Yep.
This one covers it up, does close the gap down there. So still not quite on the center, closer to the center line that they wanted, but I think that's still okay. There is, because of how high it is, it's a possibility that it's there's a run through that they can get through this gap. You can see it kind of coming through here and getting that one. And if the very worst they hit the guard, one of the guards, then that's open things up again, and it's going to force Sundowner to throw another guard. The worst case scenario would be trying to throw a draw or something in between and then tapping it through.
Yeah.
Tapping another yellow one in or something like that. So
I'm just having a small glance at the scoreboards. I think Genner might have taken the lead because they won quite a lot of ends and scored quite a lot of points.
I see 14 up on the scoreboard if my math is correct, but I don't know if they played an 8th end or not. No. And just didn't go down and put the score back up.
Then I think in that case, Team Fusen scored just slightly more points.
Yep, this one catches that guard. Not the worst situation for Foti. It's going to force Sundowner to put yet another guard up there. The more guards Sundowner has to throw, the less points they can score at this point. They're trying to save 2 and then hopefully with their last stone get something in there where they can go for a 3rd point to tie it up and then force Foti to throw a better draw or something.
Two more stones for Opa, and then he can have his afternoon nap time.
Sweepers wanting to get this one down to make
this feels
sure
light.
it's like, yeah, they've got to
This
get
is
over the
very
hog
light.
light. They're gonna work hard.
Oh no, I think this is not crossing the hog line. This is extremely light. Come on, sweepers. Come on, sweepers.
It did not get
No.
there. Oh, wow. That is a disaster.
Disaster is a big word, but indeed, yeah.
That is the one thing they could not do.
No.
I think because, well, it kind of is a disaster because now the shot stones are open.
Yeah.
In the house, and so it's just a matter of Foti taking them out, and then they've got the win.
Yeah.
You know, they don't even need. They needed that guard in order to protect it, and then
going for a stakeout here.
This one's gonna go. Yep,
maybe a double.
At least one.
And oops.
Just over the top. The shooter rolls out, but that is it. Technically, I guess Sundowner could chip something in. They could chip one of the guards, but I think a red is behind yellow.
Red is behind yellow, yeah.
So, yeah, there's no way to even do that, so they're just going to draw for...
They have to try and win the end and take that end point in the Schenkel system. That's basically the revenue they can get from the last stone here.
Yep.
It comes down to drawing behind the guards, close to the pin. The best possible draw, LSD here basically. And I wonder with the hog stone previously if you will see a bit of a compensation on the weight.
No, absolutely. I mean, now will it be an overcompensation? And that's the struggle. It's you don't want to be you don't want to throw it through.
No. Yeah, and he has thrown some good draws in the previous game, so I think his draw weight will be on point, but the question is it going to be behind the guard? Oh, this is very wide. This is very wide. Will it curl enough?
Weight's fine, but no, just wide, and that's going to end up on the tee line, but wide left side of the button. So now it's just a simple
open takeout here.
Simple takeout. Yep. You never know. An over curl, under curl, a shooter could go away. Sundowner could take at least 1 point, take the end.
Now they still have a chance if it catches the yellow one in the back. If it jams and the shooter rolls out, that's the only chance for Sundowners to still win the end.
To curl over, but
oh
that's
no,
what it kind of looks like. Is it there? And yep, there's the jam. So Sundowner
stake the one here.
They do stick. They do get one.
Yeah, a little mistake here, but the stake that FoTeam can pay basically. They win the game. They move up in the Group B ranking, and 9-7 is still kind of a decent scoreboard here for the Sundowners. Too bad they lost a couple of these big enders, especially the one where they had to draw and they ended up giving up a couple of points.
Yeah, that steal of 2 in the 6th was huge for Foti.
Yeah, and that's a 3-point difference, and in the end, if you just lose by 2 points, you might look back at that end as like, was this where we eventually lost the game? But we'll never know, because that is the past, and we cannot change the past.
We can't change the past, but we can change the future, and I can give myself a point there. I was correct, and so now we are tied 1-1 through 2 sessions. We've got a quick turnaround, about an hour for the next match, maybe an hour and a half. I hope there's a little bit longer so we can warm up, but we are going to try to warm up, get something to eat, and get ready for the next set of matches. So
Group A again, the Schenkel system, so 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, etc., etc. It's a surprise. We don't know which.
We don't know who we're broadcasting either, so it's
only one person in this venue already knows, and that's Nina. So we'll hear soon enough, and we'll also keep an eye on Soft Peeler.
Okay. So with that, thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.